December 16, 2023, tens of thousands of supporters of Bangladesh's main opposition party took to the streets of the country's capital, Dhaka. Activists of the Bangladesh Nationalist Party, or BNP, gathered in front of the padlocked party headquarters entrance. Defying fears and warnings of arrest ahead of the country's national election. As Bangladesh gears up for its national elections on January 7th, 189,000 police personnel have been deployed nationwide to ensure law and order. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina is seeking another term, her fourth in a row and fifth overall. Her main opposition, Bangladesh Nationalist Party, the BNP, is boycotting the election, demanding an interim caretaker government. For the past few months, the protests have intensified against Hasina. Violence on the street, thousands arrested, and an unrelenting crackdown against the oppositions. Bangladesh's current Prime Minister and the ruling Awami League President Sheikh Hasina launched her party's poll manifesto in the last week of December. Hasina pledged to build a smart Bangladesh if elected for a fourth term in the upcoming elections. The Awami League coined a slogan as the theme for its manifesto. Loosely translated, it reads, "Smart Bangladesh, development is visible, now employment will increase." Setting 11 priorities for building a modern, technology-oriented country, it pledges to modernize the healthcare sector with a universal health system. The result of the elections already looks quite predictable. The main opposition parties have boycotted the poll and many of their leaders were jailed. Will that mean the ruling Awami League is all set to be re-elected for a fourth parliamentary term?
Critics say that this is not an election, rather, the Awami League Council in a national council, because they are choosing their own leader from their respective areas. The practice of democracy, it is a plural idea, it's a participation of different opinion, but that is missing. In the opposition, you will not find, I don't know who will be the opposition after the election. Probably the independent candidate, many of the independent will form a coalition, and yet the same people, they are the breakaway, or they are the people who are from the Awami League, or they have the fraternity with the Awami League.
Meanwhile, ailing former Premier and the country's first woman Prime Minister Khaleda Zia's Bangladesh Nationalist Party is carrying out an anti-election street campaign, calling for strikes and transport blockades, and saying no election under the incumbent government would be fair or neutral. Not just the main opposition Bangladesh Nationalist Party, its allies, an alliance of left parties Bam Ganatantrik Jot and the Ganatantra Mancha Alliance, are also giving the election a miss. Top BNP leaders have been arrested. The party says it will not legitimize what it calls a fake election. The BNP and its allies have no faith that Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina will hold a free and fair election. They called on her to step down and allow the polls to be held under a neutral interim government, a demand that she rejected. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina is accused of corruption, human rights abuse, kidnappings, autocratic functioning, and more. This then is the backdrop against which the general election in Bangladesh will take place. And as of now, there is hardly any opposition to take on the incumbent. So the candidates on the ballot will all be from the Awami League, its allies or independents. This isn't the first time the BNP has chosen to take a back seat. BNP boycotted the country's general elections in 2014, accusing the ruling Awami League of muzzling the opposition by engineering disappearances and extrajudicial killings of BNP leaders. But notwithstanding its reservations, it did participate in the 2018 general elections. Later, however, the party leaders alleged vote rigging and ballot box stuffing by the Awami League. Bangladesh is one of the world's most densely populated countries. It was formerly East Pakistan, where in 1949 the Awami League was formed. The party under the leadership of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman led the struggle for independence from Pakistan. On the 16th of December 1971, the territory of East Pakistan broke away from Pakistan. Helped by India in its war for liberation against Pakistan, it went on to become Bangladesh. West Pakistan became the Pakistan we know today. On 12th January 1972, Mujibur Rahman, the father of Bangladeshi Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, assumed the position of Prime Minister in Dhaka. He introduced one-party rule. 3 years later, on the 15th of August 1975, Mujibur Rahman was assassinated, along with most of his family, in a military coup. The years that followed after Mujibur's assassination saw a series of abortive coups. Eventually, in the late 1970s, General Zia-ur-Rahman, the husband of present opposition chief Khaleda Zia, became the de facto leader. But after his assassination, Bangladesh experienced many years under various shades of military rule. The first elections, considered free and fair, were held in 1991. And Begum Khaleda Zia, Zia's widow, became the Prime Minister. Although democracy was restored in 1990, the political scene remained volatile. Politics in Bangladesh has long been dominated by the bitter rivalry between two women, Sheikh Hasina of the Awami League and Khaleda Zia of the Bangladesh Nationalist Party. Both have been prime ministers at various times since 1991. Their hostility stems in part from differences over who played a greater role in Bangladesh's independence struggle. They sank their differences when military ruler Hussein Muhammad Ershad was in power from 1982 to 1990. But since then, they've become uncompromising rivals. On the 23rd of June 1996, Sheikh Hasina was sworn in as the country's Prime Minister. She has served 4 terms as Bangladesh Prime Minister, 3 of them consecutively since 2009. The Awami League, led by Hasina, has a pan-Bangladesh presence and has always insisted on promoting secular, democratic and progressive values. Hasina was the target of an assassination attempt in 2004 when she was in the opposition. In 2007, she was arrested for corruption and charged with murder by the military-backed caretaker government. In the 2006 to 2008 period, Bangladesh had a political crisis when its generals imposed a state of emergency. Since 2009, under Sheikh Hasina, once one of the world's poorest countries, the Muslim-majority nation achieved credible economic success. A World Bank report says extreme poverty decreased from 9% in 2016 to 5% in 2022 in Bangladesh. But critics say the economic success has come at the cost of democracy and human rights. They allege that Hasina's rule has majorly been marked by repressive authoritarian measures.